Stephen? Did you have a question?
Well, I like what she said about mentally preparing yourself, and I would have asked her, or could ask her, if she actually goes through a process of visualization. Does she actually try to visualize herself going through the presentation?
Is Lori on? Can anyone tweet that question over to Lori?
Doing it now.
We're doing it now.
There we go. That's what I got.
Well, we'll see her answer in the Twitch stream.
Let's see if I can type.
So let's do it smallly.
That's right. The State Library brought a wonderful program to New Jersey a few weeks ago. It was VoiceScape, and Nancy, what was the name of it? It was Kirsten, I forget. We're bad with names.
Yeah.
But she's a professional actress, and she was talking about presenting. One of the things that she covered was dealing with nerves. And she talked about how to use, like, reframe nerves and fear as just energy. And that to do a good presentation, to do a good program, it takes a lot of energy. And so when you feel that rush, say, that's the energy that's going to propel me through this presentation. And it is. You need a lot of energy. So reframe it. So that's one tip that we just learned a few weeks ago. Derek, you ready to go?
All right. Hopefully I practiced enough of Lori's tips so that I'm going to not suck. I tend to talk fast anyway, so it usually works out for me. I'm going to talk about the interaction of what you're showing on your slides and what you're talking about, and different ways that your slides and your speech can interact. So I call presentation equals slide plus speech. I tried to come up with some kind of method, some kind of chart or something to graph these various examples I'm going to use. I can't. There's no organization. They're not mutually exclusive. You could use all of these different examples in any one presentation, as I'm going to do. So first off, redundancy. One kind of speech slide interaction. Presenter basically reading text off the slide. It's a classic example of poor design, poor presentation. It tends to be boring, and the audience will get down there faster than the presenter does. On the completely opposite end, you could have where the slides and your speech are telling completely separate stories, or maybe no stories at all. It's kind of a non sequitur type where, I thought theoretically this would be a really interesting way to go. Someone did this at Computers and Libraries. It was pretty boring. It tends to, it didn't really add any resonance or anything when you're looking at that and what you're getting. Often seen now is a case where the speech is really carrying the presentation. The slides are just kind of visual reinforcement. They tend to be plain, limited text, limited images. There's often a rapid rhythm to them. What you see a lot, and we've already seen some examples, is illustrated photographs that kind of provide some supplement to what you're talking about. They can be a little more time-consuming to create, but they will be visually more interesting, which can be good for the audience. It keeps some engagement. Another case we can have is where the slides are really the important part, which is like the vacation slideshow. The talking is often just someone droning on and on. Here's this thing I saw the other day. And what you really want is what's up on the screen, so you're not really paying attention to what's on there. This is actually a good place where you want to use screenshots a lot. You're kind of annotating what's up there, but what's up there is the important part. You do see that a lot. Another case, slide, kind of independent shared conveyance, where the slides and what you're talking about are not exactly the same, but there's some kind of connection, often metaphorical to them, running in parallel. This does require a lot of careful planning and a lot of consideration for what you're going to talk about and what you're going to show, so that you get the right mix of both your slides and your speech, so they're well balanced, so it's kind of fun, so you get something really nice and refreshing at the end. And that's my talk. This is based on a blog post I did. If you're not familiar, I'm in the library with the Lead Pipe group blog, including Mr. Brett at the front here. So you can check that out with some other examples. And I'm done.